What's up, guys? It's me. It's the Elite Double X Prince. And I'm here to do another Heroes of WrestleMania. This time, what you gonna do, brother? Hulk Hogan. The almighty Hulk Hogan. Despite everything you guys say about the guy, he made the first couple of WrestleManias a box office hit. This guy sold everything. He was like the big seller. It got to the point that he needed to stop being in wrestling, but then when you realize he's not there, it's like different. And then he does come back, and he just like hypes up the crowd. That's like what makes Hulk Hogan good, because there's a lot of good and bad to Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania. First of all, a lot of controversy with a lot of stuff. But then there's a lot of good. You can't always see the bad and everything. Because Hulk Hogan definitely made WrestleMania, especially the first one, what it is today. So let's talk about his history in WrestleMania. First of all, his first ever WrestleMania match, he took on Mr. T. Well, he teamed up with Mr. T. First of all, big seller. And then Roddy Piper, and Paul Orndorff. Obviously, you know who Roddy Piper is. Paul Orndorff, I know who it was, but like not a lot. Like people mainly remember him for main eventing the first WrestleMania and losing. So there's that. But this match was like really good. First of all, it was hyped up really good. Like just like getting media, getting a bunch of buzz. Without this match, WrestleMania wouldn't be where it is today. And that's like a big thing to say. First of all, Muhammad Ali, I believe, was like the special guest enforcer or the referee. I remember Muhammad Ali was part of this. This was like a really good hyped up match. I think it was just a lot of good back and forth, and the crowd just made this match even better. This match alone, like despite not being a phenomenal 5-star classic, people remember this match, and it's a really good match to just kind of go back and rewatch for yourself. It's a really good match. Highly recommend it. Next up, WrestleMania 2, he makes again, this time as the WWE Champion. He puts it on and he goes after King Kong Bundy. Yes, the first and only steel cage match ever. I wish they have another steel cage match at WrestleMania and maybe make it better. I mean, granted, we already had Hell in a Cell matches, but I don't know what the hell we could do. But Hulk Hogan, King Kong Bundy. Again, this match was not good. It was pretty shitty. But it wasn't like to the point that I hated to death, because, I mean, what do you expect out of King Kong Bundy and Hulk Hogan? But I mean, two guys that are not that really great, and it was just good seeing, some good storytelling. But like, overall, I just found myself kind of bored through this match. I could just like skip this match and not give a shit later, simply because I didn't really grow up with any of this shit. So WrestleMania 2, he sold again, but it wasn't good. And plus, the story, like I said, it wasn't that great. But WrestleMania 3, this is a really good fucking match. First of all, WrestleMania 3, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. Don't listen to anybody who says it's overrated. This is a fucking good WrestleMania. And this match, Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant. Not as far as like wrestling wise goes, this was a good match, but not like amazing or anything. But if you look at this match as what it did for WrestleMania, this is the greatest WrestleMania match of all time. That moment of Hulk Hogan just body slamming Andre is a fucking great moment. And they try to do it again with Cesaro and Big Show back at WrestleMania 30. And I just love the match. It was just a really good match. Again, great way to hype a match. It was just a lot of fun. And Hulk Hogan wins once again. It was just a really good moment. I enjoyed the match. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Now, WrestleMania 4, they have another match. Part of the tournament finals for WrestleMania 4. And try to have the match again. But this one, it ends in a double count out, I believe. Yeah, double count out or DQ. Give me a second. Get my notes. Yeah, double DQ. My apologies. And that moment of Andre just grabbing the chair and just like slamming it on Hogan's head, like, it sounded like it fucking hurt. Like, that noise is like, oh shit. I mean, you can't really try to relive the magic again unless if it's in the main event. I mean, they tried it at a Saturday night main event, which I think actually wasn't that bad. But here it was like, I mean, after all, this wasn't the big highlight of WrestleMania 4. That, of course, being Macho Man. But we'll get to him when we get to him. WrestleMania 5. Oh shit, the Mega Powers explode. First of all, Macho Man Randy Savage has been the WWF Championship for over a year. Since WrestleMania 4 to now. He's been holding it for like almost a year, I believe. And it's time for the Mega Powers to break up. You know, the whole travesty with Miss Elizabeth. And first of all, this is some real life shit. I believe Miss Elizabeth and Hulk Hogan and the Macho Man story, like, it was real to a certain point, and it got to the point that, like, Macho Man got to the point that he hated Hulk Hogan so bad. But, you know, aside of that, I mean, this match was booked really well. It was a really good match. I was honestly a really, really good match. Easily best Hogan match so far. But personally, we could all agree with this. Macho Man should have gone over and maybe have like a better new star building him up. Because Hulk Hogan could have been like a lot lower in the cards, and it would have not been that bad. Because I mean, Macho Man got screwed after this. Because he went from, well, the whole him being king of the ring wasn't that bad, but like, I mean, you could have done a lot other stuff with this story and like furthermore, but this match alone was really good. That's all I'm gonna say. But then we get to WrestleMania 6, winner take all, Macho Man versus Hulk Hogan. And if you guys saw Heroes of WrestleMania Edge, I mentioned that Edge was part of this show. And, you know, I could just imagine the crowd being so hyped for this match. Ultimate Warrior Macho Man, you know, Intercontinental Champion, WWF Champion. Who will win? Who will take all? And, shockingly enough, Ultimate Warrior beat Hulk Hogan. That was a great fucking moment. And honestly, I enjoyed this match more than the one with Macho Man. And keep in mind, I like Macho Man a lot more in the ring than I do like the Ultimate Warrior. And I don't know, this match was just really good. The crowd was hyped. I really love how it ended. How they were about to hit each other's finishers, but they kept reversing it. It was really cool. I wish matches like that I wish matches do that nowadays. That was like really cool. But Ultimate Warrior wins Intercontinental Championship and WWF Championship. I just wish he just stand tall, not the whole Hulk Hogan like, alright, congrats and shit. But like, yeah, you know. And was bullshit about this because Hulk Hogan at the time had a big fucking ego. He wanted to basically get his win back at a WCW Halloween Havoc, where it was a shit match and Hulk Hogan just like fucked over Ultimate Warrior. They both admit that was fucking garbage, but this with WrestleMania 6 was fucking great. And you know, it could have been time for Hulk Hogan to like just take a break from being in the main event and for once, but no, he ends up fighting Sergeant Slaughter for the WWF Championship. Sergeant Slaughter, I guess he played like a terrorist or some shit. I don't know the full deets. Not that fucking into Hulk Hogan's storyline, but anyways, it was a good match. I actually thought it was okay. It wasn't amazing, but I thought it was okay. But Hulk Hogan again, once again to the top. Main eventing. How many WrestleManias is that already? 7 WrestleManias that he's main evented. WrestleMania 8, he might not main event. Oh, great. He's main eventing against Sid Justice. And this match was terrible. Oh my god, this match was bad. Why is this happening? Sid Justice versus Hulk Hogan was a terrible match. Oh my god. First of all, Sid Justice is the worst wrestler I've ever fucking seen. Why the fuck did this main event? I mean, trust me, why did it main event? It wasn't for the WWF Championship. It wasn't for anything. It was just Hulk Hogan wanting to fight Sid Justice. Why did it have to main event? I mean, Sid Justice, no offense, fucker, but you fucking sucked and you didn't deliver at all. I mean, shit promos, shit wrestling. It was like all bad for Sid Justice. Like, no fucking point of this. You know, just, and then the ending was weird with Earthquake. Supposedly he was supposed to go help Sid Justice. Like, it was supposed to end in a DQ. Thankfully it didn't. Earthquake was too late for the pin, and Hulk Hogan stands tall once again. But then this led to Ultimate Warrior finally coming back and saving him. I really hated that moment. I really do. Because I know deep down Ultimate Warrior didn't mean it. I mean, he wanted to come back, that's for sure. But like the way he had to come back is like, really? No. Just no. But WrestleMania 9, he's not in the main event. Oh my god, WrestleMania 9, he is not in the main event. Instead, he's fighting for the WWF Tag Team Championships. He's teaming up with Brutus the Barber Beefcake, part of the Mega Maniacs. And they lose to Money Inc. by DQ. Why couldn't they just lose clean? I mean, easily Brutus the Barber Beefcake could have been pinned and it wouldn't matter. I mean, just showing that the Hulk Hogan can't lose at WrestleMania. But, oh, what are the odds? What are the odds? What happens next? Later on that show, Yokozuna wins the WWF Championship from Bret Hart. I mean, alright, fine. Yokozuna gets stands tall, but Hulk Hogan's like, I challenge you, brother. And just fucking ends him like quickly, and Hulk Hogan's once against WWF Championship. And oh my god, people were booing the fuck out of this. It was just terrible. Eventually, in 1993, Hulk Hogan somehow he retired. I think around this time he just left. I guess he was going to WCW later. Not quite yet, but like around this time. And he ends up missing a bunch of WrestleManias because he was more of a WCW guy. Until WrestleMania 18, baby. Woo! Now, we all heard about WrestleMania 18 that if Hulk Hogan needed to be in the main event ever, it was definitely this one. Hulk Hogan versus The Rock. First of all, the story, despite it being only built for a month, this was really freaking good. I'm being dead honest, this is a really good moment. Really good match too. The crowd was amazing, first of all. Despite, like, if you want Rock Hogan, Stone Cold Hulk Hogan, whatever you want, you can't deny that Hulk Hogan definitely deserved to main event this WrestleMania for sure. And I do wish I got in Stone Cold versus the immortal Hulk Hogan, because it's definitely a feud that's been like still around talking about. But Rock and Hogan was still a really good match and definitely a good moment for The Rock to win it. He beats Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan loses clean for the first time at WrestleMania since he lost to Ultimate Warrior. And he stands tall. Rock stands tall, but then the outsiders come out. First of all, NWO Hulk Hogan was always better than fucking the man in the red, white, and blue. Or red, white, and yellow. Whatever the fuck the term was. Anyways, outsiders Scott Hall, Kevin Nash come, like, attack Hulk Hogan, like, you know what, fuck this, and then Rock comes for the save, and then Hulk Hogan, the real Hulk Hogan, the immortal Hulk Hogan brother, comes back. He's doing this, pointing, doing everything. It was great way to come back for the Hulk Hogan. I mean, I love Hollywood Hulk Hogan, but it was time for him to come back like this, and rightfully so. And this could have easily been Hulk Hogan's last match. He didn't, because he ends up going to TNA later. But, you know, he was still around, don't get me wrong. But if this was Hulk Hogan's last match, I would have been perfectly happy with it. And it was a great moment of Hulk Hogan passing the torch to The Rock. Granted, The Rock had to do it to John Cena, and we all know how that turned out. Okay. But WrestleMania 19 was the final match of Hulk Hogan's career. And who does he take on? Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Holy shit. First of all, besides the Bret Hart match, and maybe even the Shawn Michaels match, Vince McMahon has had some really good matches at WrestleMania 19. This is a really good one. A street fight with Hulk Hogan, and the feud was good. Personally, I would have just had, like, I didn't like the story of, like, if Vince wins, Hulk Hogan can never wrestle at any other promotion. Like, bitch, come on. And right away, we all knew Hulk Hogan was going to win, but I don't give a shit. This is a good match. It was bloody. I like that they brought Roddy Piper in the match, showing that, like, you know, moments from WrestleMania 19, you know, like, still holding the grudge, because, first of all, rest in peace, Roddy Piper. But something I always loved about Roddy Piper, usually when legends come back, whenever a legend comes back, they come back and get cheered for, like, who they are and, like, the respect. But Roddy Piper is a guy who never changed his character. I always loved that about Roddy Piper. Holy shit, why was that guy never WWE champion? Why? But anyways, this match is really good. I don't mind that Hulk Hogan won, because I still had a lot of fun watching this match. Really good way to end Hulk Hogan's WrestleMania career. But that wasn't the end for Hulk Hogan, because he ends up going to the Hall of Fame in 2005. Goes to TNA for a while, have some shit matches in TNA. WrestleMania 30, he's the host. It was great. I could never forget that moment of him rocking Stone Cold. That was just, honestly, I'd take that over anything at WrestleMania 30. And I'm not saying it for the sake of it, but that moment alone was really good. So Hulk Hogan currently is suspended with the whole white daughter's black boyfriend, but hopefully he comes back soon. I mean, Hulk Hogan has apologized. He's felt bad about it. And, the immortal Hulk Hogan, despite all the shit that we gave him for, like, certain WrestleManias, we could still agree that he brought a lot to the WrestleMania name itself. I mean, he was in the first one, for crying out loud. So, anyways, that will be it for today. Next guy I'll be talking about is, shockingly, the modern Hulk Hogan, if you guys know who it is. And if you don't know, then get ready, because it's me, the ALE Double X Prince. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And until then, I'm out.